I only had to pay $20,000 to put extra virgin olive oil on the neck and back of Mark Zuckerberg. And that experience will be in my spank bank for the next 3 to 5 years. What an incredible use of my Veep and Silicon Valley money. Yeah, I mean, I would never endorse a product that I haven't myself used. So that was, it was nice for, I'm not going to say it wasn't nice for me.
Right.
Did you guys make eye contact at any point?
Well, it's a back rub, so I had to kind of lean around to catch his eyes. But
Did
it work?
You think I'm not going to lean around?
I kind of
assumed you did that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good. How are you?
Oh, hey, I'm fine.
I'm so glad you're fine.
Oh, good.
Good.
Well, welcome to the Big Bad Podcast for you.
It's the Big Loud Podcast at you.
This is Syd and Olivia talk. I'm the Syd one.
I'm the Olivia one.
And today we're going to be talking to another one.
Yeah, we'll be talking a whole new one, guys.
This person is... We're shocked this person is even allowed in the same vicinity as us.
We're we're excited that we are allowed in the same vicinity as him.
Right. I meant it in a way where I'm the bad one.
You meant it.
Sorry, let me clarify.
Self-effacing.
Sorry, guys. I meant it. Let me clarify. I'm bad. So we are really excited about this.
We're excited that the courts are letting this happen.
Yeah.
We're really excited that all the, orders have been dropped temporarily.
Yeah. This person is, you know him from everything.
Yeah.
You know him from Silicon Valley.
Yep.
You know him from The Office.
Yep.
You know him from
You
Veep.
probably know him from your Big Bad Dreams.
You know this person as your comedy crush of all time.
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
sure you
the
do.
person you're obsessed with.
Yeah, so while you're already thinking it, we're just going to announce it. Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
Zach Woods!
And now I come in. And you guys stay frozen for a second. And now I sit.
Hi.
Hi, Zach Woods.
Thank you for the heavy insinuation that we're all watch listed. And
Yeah.
I'm supposed to pull this in. You told me to do this.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
let's play the game Who's Calling Olivia. It's American Express.
Woo!
Telling me my account is going to be taken away.
Why? What did you do?
I just need to pay my credit card.
That's one of the big things they dislike.
Yeah.
They love it.
They don't like when you don't pay.
So
they're
weird.
fussy about that.
Sid and I were I was showing her something on my phone the other day.
Oh my God.
And all of these texts start, when you're showing someone and bad notifications start popping up.
She was showing me a notification that was a funny thing from a neighborhood watch thing. And she goes, you have to see this. And I look and it's a text from her mom that says, Olivia, you are a star. And I was like,
immediately it popped up. She just sent me a nice text, and she's a very nice lady, and she's just so mom,
That
how
is
moms
so
do that.
sweet.
She's so sweet. But she was like, I just want to let you know. And it was out of the blue. It was not having a conversation. And it was just you are a star. Surround yourself with people. Da, 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 da. But it looked like I was Syd, look at this.
I'm a star.
Look, Syd, I'm a star.
my mom thinks I'm a star.
And then we were laughing about that, and I was like, no, it's this. And the next notification was your bank account balance is low.
But wait, can you describe to me what you imagined the moment right before your mom sent that text was like? Where was she? What was she doing? What made her
If I were to guess in my heart of hearts, I would say she was parked outside my parents' place in her car, doing stuff on her phone in her car because she loves to do that. She likes to sit in the car and just be on her phone.
I get that.
Or write stuff.
Yeah.
And she was probably looking at Taurus 2025 predictions and going she's gonna crush it this year, and or probably felt I feel like she's upset right now, one of those. I think it's one of those. And then she was like, I'm gonna send her if astrology was involved, I will not be surprised. If she was in the car, I will not be surprised.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's a gem. She's a doll.
Yeah.
That's so sweet to imagine your mom just surveying the stars and being like, my daughter needs to know.
She's a star.
It's so lovely.
And then
it
at
is.
the same time, it was so sweet, too, because the bank was like, your daughter needs to know. Also,
not solvent.
I'm really jumping into it right at the top.
Yeah.
But another thing that happened yesterday that was so embarrassing, and it's in the same world of surprise, bank account low, balance low.
Yeah.
Our friend had a party last night.
Yeah.
And it was Minion themed. Because the whole bit was one of her best friends is the creator of Phineas and Ferb.
Okay.
And her whole joke with him is being like, didn't you create the Minions? And he didn't.
Got it.
So everyone came to his house dressed as a Minion last night.
That's funny.
And I was dressed as a Minion in a Vons getting a Minion cake with her headshot on it, trying to buy it. And my card kept getting declined. And I'm like on the self-checkout screen, like dressed as a Minion, calling, being like, hey, can anyone like spot me $30?
Yeah.
I
got a panicked call from Olivia saying, hey, I'm in the grocery store. I'm dressed as a Minion. I'm buying a Minion cake. So I'm going to need you to just like Zelle me if you could.
I was like, I'll pay it back, or we can take it out of like the next time we get paid, like take it out of my this is so embarrassing. Because it's like, it's embarrassing enough when your card declines. It's embarrassing enough when your card declines when you're buying something embarrassing. Right. But I was dressed
as a Minion.
And
100% like a Minion.
The cake said Happy Minion Carlolyn.
Yeah, which is not our friend's name.
It's not her name.
Her name is Kara.
Her name is Carolyn.
Yeah.
And we like got a cake that said Happy Minion Carlolyn.
And like that morning,
sexy headshot of her and a bunch of minions.
And then that morning the other Vons canceled it, so they had to call me, and I had to like go to like panic and go to a Vons and be like, help me please. And it's like for an adult. It's like not for a kid.
This is amazing. I wonder, I don't know how I feel about student loan forgiveness. I haven't really thought about it.
Right.
But I do feel that there should be forgiveness for charges that are sufficiently embarrassing. Like if you're really, really compromised, it should just be like, just go ahead.
Have you ever had to do that? Have you ever had like, what's like the most embarrassing thing you've ever had to buy? Like in person?
Wow.
Oh.
Because like vag products, every vag product, like that you have to buy in person, it just says in like huge letters.
Buy all those for allyship so that if there's ever a woman at my house
of course.
who has some sort of pH, and there hasn't been, but if there ever was, I want her pH to be looked after.
Balanced, yeah.
Absolutely. And for her, I'm not talking about a romantic situation.
Yeah. You just want to make sure she's safe.
Yeah. And I don't think women should vote, but I do.
Yeah.
But I do want I'm obsessed with their vagina.
Their pH, their rights.
I'm obsessed with their body chemistry. I don't think they should have the franchise.
The rights,
but
I don't think they should have control of their bodies, but I do think their bodies should have a balanced pH.
I wear a little lifeguard outfit, but I just blow the whistle when I suspect there might be like a urinary tract infection coming.
Such an ally.
Yeah, it's really good.
Oh my God.
I like scold them about hydration a lot. It's like
good for you. It's good to scold a woman.
Can I tell you something?
Tell me.
I am a fundamentally childish person in many ways and irresponsible.
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Yes, exactly. But when I started making money from television, I got a business manager, and I interviewed with all these different business managers because I was like, this person could ruin my life if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And I went to one guy's, he was on Central Park South, and I went up to his high office, and it looked out on the park, and he had a big TV behind him playing sports at like a semi-loud volume that he never turned off during the meeting. And he had a giant bottle of champagne, like one of those joke bottles of champagne on his desk. And he said, he was like, my recollection is that he was Tina Fey's business manager. I don't know if that's true or not. That might be, I might misremember it. But
or
anyway.
He might have just said it.
Yeah. He might have just been a straight up liar.
You can lie.
Yeah.
You can.
It's really
the reason I bring it up is it is possible to lie. Is that what you just told me?
No, you can absolutely do
that. But how do I believe you?
Okay, let me cover my nose so you don't see it growing.
Anyway, this guy was like, some of these actresses, they spend, and I have to scold them. I have to say, and I was like, are we in some sort of like weird erotic fiction? Like, what are you talking about? And I was like, Tina Fey lets you anywhere near her like bank account? Like, it was so weird. It was like he had this whole like, and meanwhile, like LeBron James is like dunking behind him or whatever. I was in these big ass like idiot champagne. I just was like, that's so weird.
That is like the experience of like watching Wolf of Wall Street. Like that's the most masculine thing that could ever happen in a derogatory
terrible way.
Yeah, parentheses derogatory.
Yeah, but it must have been it was over 10 years ago, at least more by a lot, actually, probably. And I still remember it because I remember the feeling in my spine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was like...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of a guy being like, sometimes you got to tell these ladies, no shopping.
Yes. Yes. And I was like, you're their employee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
You exist on 10% of their, whatever, or 5% of their
You
income.
can't scold your employer.
No. That's truly not how that goes.
You can be like, hey,
Advise.
as your employee, I would like to advise you of this, but you can't scold. That's
The word scold is so fraught
and
too.
you can't tell me he doesn't get off on using that word.
Of course, because
you know,
the word scold implies that there is a power dynamic where somebody's like the parent and someone's the child.
100%.
And I don't like that idea.
Yeah, right. But the child pays the parents
Correct.
like kids' tuition.
Okay,
Which is
and
like
now it's time for a segment called "We Pay Zach Woods to Scold Us." Play music.
Cut the music, Zach. Time to scold
Only what you know
us.
about us right now.
Actually, though, we are like so grateful. That
Yeah,
you're
no,
doing the
genuinely.
podcast.
I'm so grateful I'm doing the podcast. Thank you for having me. I think you guys are so... because you gave that whole like rhapsodically humiliating introduction for me. I wanted to say...
We have to start by being really nice because as the podcast goes on, we'll get meaner.
Great. Okay. That's comforting to me and that resonates with my sense of myself. But I just wanted to say, like, I think you guys are so funny. I remember seeing your sketches for the first time and just being like, oh my God, they're so... not just funny, but so specifically yourselves. It doesn't feel imitative, and it feels like really like you and you can sort of feel your friendship emanating from this. I never met you. This is the first time we're meeting, but I feel like I could feel the warmth you have with each other emanating through these like kind of aggressive sketches. And you know, just I really like it. I'll stop in a second, but I really like it when, with comedy or anything really, when you can feel the kind of the completely replicable specificness of a person behind the thing. And in this case, you're two people allegedly. And
allegedly.
And I just thought I could feel you guys through it. I was like, so I was excited when you asked me. I am a little shy about podcasts sometimes because I just don't feel like I always have... I don't know. I just feel shy about it, but I wanted to do it because I'm a fan of your guys.
You're so cool. That's the nicest thing in the entire universe.
Huge fans. I remember when I saw you liking our sketches, I was like, oh my God.
I know, same.
And then we texted each other like, whoa.
Yeah. And then I saw you at All Time once, like right after that happened. But I was like, I'm not going to go up to him. He's having, because you were having a nice time, like just with your with your friend or something. And I was like, I'm not going to go up and be like, we know each other on the internet. But
yeah, also because we've done that before and it went poorly.
That's true. We have done that before and people have been like, goodbye.
Hey, Olivia.
Hi.
You know what my goal for this year is?
No, I couldn't guess if you put a gun to my head.
My goal is to get out of the house at least once.
Oh my God. I actually think that's a really good goal.
I'm going to see like a live show.
Okay, that's a great idea.
Well, guess what?
What?
We've got the hookup.
Okay, we've got the hookup.
With SeatGeek.
What?
Yeah. Everyone can use our code TALK10 and get 10% off any ticket to any show of any SeatGeek. You can geek out over any seat in any show. Whether you're a new customer or not. You can do sports.
Yeah, we love that.
Concerts.
That's great.
Festivals.
Huge news.
You name it. There are so many artists touring right now, Olivia.
There's Billie Eilish. Huge deal.
Huge.
Sabrina Carpenter. Huge deal. Gracie Abrams.
Huge
deal.
And you can get your tickets early with SeatGeek. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you can look at the green dots because green means good.
Green means good. Red means bad.
Yeah, and listen, you can take out your phone. You can open the SeatGeek app.
Oh
There's an app.
Okay.
And you can add the code TALK10 to your account and then just use it.
Current ads?
Yes.
Oh, it just adds. Yeah, great.
So what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
You have to do it now because it's for a limited time only.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, put it in now.
Put it in now. TALK10.
TALK10 now.
And go see something so fun with SeatGeek.
Yeah, and then just go have so much fun. What?
There's somebody who we will not name.
David Blaine.
David Blaine.
David Blaine, of course.
So it's David Blaine.
So it is David Blaine.
What happened?
There's somebody
it was David Blaine and David Blaine.
David Blaine and David Blaine.
It was a duo.
Two people who are on the internet who had followed us on the internet, and we followed them and we looked up to them a lot. And we we had just like sold a project we were really excited about.
Don't worry, it got
canceled. The project
is
totally done now,
Okay.
so you have nothing to look forward to.
You don't have to hate us. It got canceled.
Just say it's the Paul brothers. You guys saw the Paul brothers.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And obviously we were so
and we
wet
looked
and
up
freaking out.
We want to make fun of the Suicide Forest too.
You say wet and freaking out?
Yeah.
I live my life wet and freaking out.
So anyway, there were these two people that we were like, oh my God, we were walking back from this meeting and we were like
feeling ourselves. Yeah.
We were excited. And then we walked by, we saw them. And we were like, I never do this, but for some
reason, she doesn't ever do this.
And
I do it because I'm just like,
like
nice.
I am in person extremely shy to people. Like when I like meet somebody, I'm like, I know you don't want to talk to me. It's okay. And or I've had the experience so many times of somebody going, "Are you Olivia?" and me going, "I'm the other one." I just don't say anything.
You describe yourself as the other one?
I'm the other one.
I'm the other one too, but I think that's what makes the dynamic good is we're both like, that's the one you want. That's the one you want.
Which
I'm
I
just
think
the other one. But I think that's sweet.
And we do have this conversation a lot, not to get so off track.
Yeah.
And I do think it is like a nice thing, but genuinely both of us are like, well, you're the one.
We have to watch it sometimes because sometimes we'll be like, oh no, everyone hates me.
Yeah,
only
because
like you.
We get really self-hating in a bad way.
Everyone gets self-hating. And then when you're two girls, people are always, it's like we have to work
pit you
so
against
hard
each other.
to not to be like on the same team. Because
really?
So often people are like, well, there's the one girl that's this and the one girl that's this. And there's, you know, like there's the, you know, like, and
it seems to me more like people are pitting like her against you.
People are trying to
pitting you against
people
her.
are trying to,
and it seems like she's
You're
like
right.
trying to like make this like weird fight happen between you guys. And like, what?
Do you think that she's trying to fuck with me?
I don't know.
Zach, can I talk to you?
Yeah.
Do you think she's trying to fuck with me?
Zach,
big time.
Do you think she's trying to
She told me that she had to scold you.
Oh my God, that's so...
For shopping. And she said she was like, I told her I'll sell her this one time for the Minions. But like after that...
And you know, did she tell you she got off to it?
Yeah, she said, well, I could tell. She was wet and freaking out.
Hey guys, I'm like wet and freaking out over here and I have no idea what you're saying.
You guys are whispering I'm wet and freaking out.
But anyway, what was I even saying? I don't even remember.
We were talking about being shy and talking
out.
We walked by these people and I was like,
you just said, oh hey, we follow each other.
We follow each other on the internet. And they looked at us like this and went, we do?
They went, okay.
And then I went, oh, sorry. I was like, we think you guys are great. Sorry. And they were like,
waited for us to leave and we left. And it was like the most geniusly humbling thing. Like the way we imitate it is we go like, oh, we do follow. Okay, awesome. Goodbye.
You.
Just bug spray.
Yeah, it was really. But honestly, like, love that.
It was honestly funny. It was funny to come from a place where you're finally feeling like, okay, maybe I'm okay.
It's always funny.
And then somebody being like, no.
Darling, no.
Darling, no. We must scold you now.
Yeah.
But wait, I'm curious about this. Like, how confident, because there's oftentimes, like all of us, that my memory of a thing will be colored by my essential self-loathing.
Totally.
Right?
Heard.
Like, is this a situation, like how confident are you? I guess this is gaslighting, but like how confident are you?
That this happened and you didn't make it up entirely in your head. You didn't go outside. No, I'm kidding.
But just that it was like.
that bad.
Yeah. Is it possible that they were just like, oh, we do? And you were like.
I think whoever runs their account followed us.
Yeah,
that's it.
So that's what it actually.
So they really were.
Yeah, they really were like, I don't
know. They tickled you guys.
Which is 100%. Which is totally fair.
Yeah.
But like we realized it in the moment of like, you have no idea.
You personally do not follow us.
Now I'm really, it's all.
Oh, we'll tell you after
Flight
this.
To the conference.
Oh, dude, I would have killed myself because my celebrity crush when I was 12, my Justin Bieber was Jermaine Clement.
Really?
That was like, I would like go to pretend like as a 12-year-old trying to look 18 and like
you tried to trap Jermaine Clement into statutory.
I would
That's
go,
correct.
I shit you not, I would go like 6 hours early and I would stand and wait for someone to be like, this front row seat is just like up for grabs at the speed of a normal ticket or the price of a normal ticket because that's what would happen sometimes.
Yeah.
And I would I snuck into an after party of like I was like a like clinical stalker for specifically Jermaine Clement. I was like, I'm gonna marry this guy. I'm gonna fuck him. Yeah. He is 22 years 3 months and 13 days older than me, and that's not that bad. And it's like, girl.
Is that really the number?
That is the number. And I know it because it's imprinted in my blood, not because I just did the math. Just like I know that
it's
phrase
in the like coils of your
100%.
DNA.
Yes. It's in my drawers. But anyway, if it was Flight of the Conchords,
Sherlock Holmes has a mind palace. You have mind drawers.
I have mind drawers. I just have like filing cabinets. Yeah. They're really unorganized.
They're just drawers.
There's a lot of shit in there, but like I have to.
Nothing sparks joy.
Nothing sparks joy.
Oh, she has Marie Kondo that mind
nightmare.
drawer.
If we took out of my brain everything that doesn't spark joy, I would be like lobotomized.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is fine.
For sure.
Got it.
Speaking of which, what do you think I have based on just this interaction? Like psychologically wrong with me?
You mean like you want me to diagnose you based on
Yeah, she asks all of our guests. Yeah.
And there, no answer's wrong. I have a month until I find out.
Yeah.
I would say it seems the thought I had in my head, truly?
Totally.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
Let's go. See,
the thought I had in my head was like, oh, these, and you are distinct from each other, I'm sure. But
sometimes.
But there's energetically, there was like, I was like, well, this is someone who is like very, very smart and very sensitive. And so moves at a metronome setting that is like, allows a little bit of control and a little bit of armor because to like actually
get in, you have to be moving that fast.
Yeah. And also because then like you're sort of racing past the experience of your own hypersensitivity or something. But I don't know if that's true at all. This is just like the snap judgment I made in a second. And it's a nice, but for what it's worth, like there was no judgment. Like I just was like, oh, everyone deals with their own shyness in a different way. So I was like, oh, you're moving at a tempo. And my guess is like the amount, like if this is gonna, know, those old ass satellite dishes, those gigantic ones. It's like if you're getting that much information, as I imagine you are, from both inside and outside, like you're probably like picking up all kinds of radio waves from outside, but then inside there's all this stuff happening. To like actually allow that all to land on you moment to moment to moment to moment has got to just be like, oh my fucking God, it's just like, I'm going to get fried because I'm not a satellite dish. I'm just a wee human.
See, now this is such a good response
fascinating.
Because while it doesn't, it's the first response we've gotten. No, it actually resonates ridiculously deeply, but it's the first response we've gotten that isn't like ADHD or like anxiety or like, just a diagnosis. Like a diagnosis. Yeah. But that was like a therapist, that was like a therapist telling me, and honestly, very spot on.
Do you have interest in like psychology and therapy and stuff? Is that something that you're like?
I'm a psychology whore. I'm obsessed with it.
Well, I'm interested in it as an industry of death. It's a dangerous thing, and psychiatry is an industry of death. I'm a scientist. No, I'm not. For the quiet that fell in the room for a second, you were like, wait a second.
As a person who I'm like, you're smart, I was like waiting for it to make sense. I was like, this guy's going to say something. Yeah, and then I realized it was a bit. I was like, whatever he says, I probably I'm going to listen to it very intently.
There's that. I don't know if it still exists. They had that like psychiatry industry of death.
Yes. I've been there.
My father's a therapist, and he wanted to go in there and like dick around. Yeah. And I was like, Dad, no.
You almost got taken by the Scientologists.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because I used to, there was like a period of my life where I went to the 24-hour Scientology Center with dates. Like I would go on a date and I'd be like, we should go to the Scientology Center, which is like, Sydney.
I think that's funny.
No,
and if you were my date, I'd be like, this girl rips.
How old were you?
Probably like 21.
Yeah. That feels like...
And that was my thing. That was like my move of like, if we're going to spend more time together, we have to go to the Scientology Center and take the test.
Well, because it's like, if you really can't have fun at the Scientology Center, are you going to have fun like watching a movie?
Yeah. I was like, this is just going to be fun and we'll do it. And one time I went with a friend of mine and his name is Rod, but we gave them fake names.
Yeah.
And we like went through and we did the whole tour. And then afterward, we like did the tests and they were telling us stuff that was like, these are the things that are wrong with you that you really should work on. And they were very general. It's kind of like that thing where it's like your horoscope and you're like, sure. But we were young enough.
No offense, Mom.
No offense, Diane. Okay, don't hear that.
It's okay. And we were like young enough and impressionable enough that we were like, that is wrong with me. And I probably should buy the workbook. And like we were like really getting into it. And then we had given them fake names and numbers. So we weren't really worried about them like coming after us anyway. We went home and my roommate was like, Kate, you guys need to stop. We're watching Going Clear. So we watched.
Because you were like really in the kind of.
Because it worked on you.
We
went to like a coffee or something afterward, and we both were like, don't think it's that crazy. And then he was like, oh my God, thank you for saying that because I don't think it's that crazy.
That is so scary. That is the scariest story. It's
and then I'm like, I feel bad for outing him. Sorry, Rod. But we were both
they were both 21.
I think
we were children.
The thing is, I think everyone is allowed to be 21. And as long as they don't like commit a crime that totally ruins everyone's life
and
forever.
we did that later, but not this time.
You did that this year.
Yeah, I did that this year, which is better because I'm 30 now.
Exactly.
You were like Madoff's kind of like behind the scenes.
Yeah. That was my whole thing.
I went to when I lived in New York in the subways, they would have you do these stress tests. Someone told me you hold these metal.
The thick bars.
And they say if you hold them, you let them go gently. Your stress reader will go down, and you'll have like owned the Scientologist.
Yep.
So I did it. And the woman was asking me questions in the subway, and I was releasing my hands, and she was like, she went, you seem like you're in pretty good shape. Like I think you're okay, and have a good day. And that was it. And I was like, and she was so nice. And to be fair, only Scientologists I've met out in the world, like as actual people, very nice.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
I'm sure.
fun to be around.
Love
like
that for
lovely.
them.
Yeah.
I
most
wouldn't want.
people are.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice take.
Most people are nice.
No, I think most people are like you hear like crazy, like for example, everyone makes fun of like Mormons and stuff.
Yeah.
So many of my closest friends are raised Mormon, ex-Mormon, or currently Mormon, and I'm like, you're great. So
Mormons
I don't know.
Great.
Yeah, it's like we have an ex-Mormon friend here.
Ex-Mormon right there.
Hey. But yeah, it's just like anything that people make fun of. It's like I'm sure there are people in that group that are like fucking chill and like you're fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want you to be
right.
I'm very glad you didn't go because then my life would be way harder. And yours would too.
Yeah. The end of the story essentially is by the time Rod and I were both like, yeah, this is crazy and we probably shouldn't go into that. Yeah. Rod did get a call from somebody being like, hey, Rod, we know you visited recently.
Fuck.
And a fake name.
Yeah. We were like, we know you visited recently and we would love for you to like come back and blah, blah, blah. And he
facial
was like,
recognition.
How the fuck?
That's scary.
Yeah. So that's the part that's crazy.
One thing that I think, might be a good idea to do is just...
Oh, we should get our ad.
Yeah, we should just get it out of the way.
Here's the thing. Zach, you were so kind to come on this podcast.
The thing about Zach is that unbelievably nice to come.
No, literally the nicest ever.
Truly, what the fuck?
And even so much nicer to like, I don't know if you know this, but like we have been having problems getting like sponsorships for this podcast because of who we are inherently.
Yeah,
and
my account balance.
Like curse in the first like
we curse in the first like 60 seconds, and we
my account balance is low.
Yeah, we say a lot of things that are like this shouldn't be a sponsorship.
100%.
But it was so nice of you to bring sponsorships.
No, I think that like the fact that you used your big Hollywood connections to get us some sponsorships with some companies that you feel really close with and that you resonate with.
I don't recall what they were, but I do know that I definitely did that.
You did do it, and we're really grateful for it. So let's just go ahead and get these ad reads out of the way really quickly.
Cool. So then, we can just go.
So then we can get rid of.
And once again, thank you so much for upping the value of our podcast by doing this. It really means a lot.
I don't. Again, I know that I did that, but I just can't recall.
You're the Hollywood elite, and thank you for getting us these Hollywood elite sponsorships.
My pleasure. Just I really am eager to hear.
Yeah, me too. I haven't read this yet.
Yeah.
So
oh, this is great. Okay, the first company is the BBC.
Oh my God, the BBC.
Okay, wait, that's great.
Okay, that's great.
Yes,
that's
thank
amazing.
You. We love the news. We love the British.
The British.
We love
news.
It. Okay.
Oh wait. Okay, hold on. So it's.
Sorry.
So
it's not. Okay.
Billionaires Back Rub Club. So what is that, Zach?
I'll give you one guess based on the name.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
It's like billionaires have backs too.
Right.
Yeah.
And they love friction just like poor backs.
Right.
And so at a certain point, you got to just like smear, grease up and give them what they need.
Okay.
Oh, there's a statement.
Oh, here's the mission statement. Oh, okay.
Good.
Zach,
okay. I should have just read that. Yeah.
The Billionaires Back Rub Club provides, you can say it with me, guys of all ages, the opportunity to pay to give an oily, deep tissue back massage to a billionaire of his choice.
Yeah.
So it's boys get to choose.
So the boys have to pay to...
Because that's the other thing is like boys.
Yeah.
Well, boys...
Why do they have to pay to rub the billionaire?
A lot of times, like the way our education system's set up is not for boys. It's for girls. And it makes me so angry because they have to stay in their chairs. They don't get enough recess. They can't express themselves physically.
Right.
So what's the solution for that?
Right.
Let them pay to rub a billionaire's back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Okay. Yeah. I guess there's a testimonial, so why don't you just read it?
I think you should be able to use charter school funding for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Isaac Woods, very famous Hollywood actor, goes without saying, still have the burning desire to pleasure billionaires through long, oily back massages. I only had to pay $20,000 to put extra virgin olive oil on the neck and back of Mark Zuckerberg. And that experience will be in my spank bank for the next 3 to 5 years. What an incredible use of my Veep and Silicon Valley money. Yeah, I mean, I would never endorse a product that I haven't myself used. So that was, it was nice for, I'm not going to say it wasn't nice for me.
Right.
Did you guys make eye contact at any point?
Well, it's a back rub, so I had to kind of lean around to catch his eyes. But
did it work?
You think I'm not going to lean around?
I kind
of assumed you did that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay, well,
I wanted to breathe in his essence, and it's hard to get. The back of the head is not a great essence.
Right.
Vent.
Right.
I gotta say, I didn't really think you were this kind of guy.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is kind of a shitty. No, it's fine. It's fine.
No,
it's good.
I'm sorry. I just thought you were going to bring in athletic greens or.
No. It's fine.
Athletic greens? You thought I was that kind of guy?
Yeah, I thought you were that kind of guy.
Athletic greens is pretty normal.
What is athletic green?
It's just like a normal sponsorship for a podcast.
You think I have any adjacency to health or wellness?
Let's just go to that. Let's just do that next one.
Sorry.
I'm not. I'd like to rub it back. It doesn't mean I'm a big billionaire.
Okay, I think we should move on before you get canceled.
This is good. Okay, the YMCA. We love the YMCA.
Okay, yeah, no, that's great.
They
were bought out.
So who bought them?
Mm-hmm.
Mitt Romney. Okay,
so this is the YMCA NRA.
Is now the YMCA NRA.
Yes, Young Men's Christian National Rifle Association.
This kind of sucks.
I don't know about the is.
What does that mean? You're okay. Just when you say it sucks, what are you saying?
I don't know. I just kind of feel like our vibe on our podcast is not very this.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think you brought in all of these sponsorships, and they're just
ageist because you want old men to be included or middle-aged men. The acronym gets so long. MAAY.
Yamakanara.
Young. Old men and young middle-aged men and young men. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Young is a state of mind. It's not an age. You could be 80 years young, come to the shoot guns with Christ.
Yeah. Okay. So that's fair.
That's
I guess.
Fair. I guess you can read your testimonial now.
I'll read it. Of course. Isaac Woods, love the YMCA NRA because I think it's very important for everyone of all ages to play with guns, even baby.
Even baby, singular?
Young. Who is the most young?
Baby.
I guess baby.
That's pediatrics.
Okay.
That's just
This
pediatrics.
is America and everyone has the constitutional right to be unsafe. That's true. And by the way, I'm not saying they have to. If they don't want to do this, they could easily pay $20,000 to rub
That's true.
Mark Andreessen's sacrum.
You can do one or the other. You can't do you either have to do this or you have to rub a sacrum.
Yeah.
And that's kind of
it. Okay, well, this was kind of disappointing, but at the same time,
why is it disappointing?
I just feel like we just didn't expect you to be this kind of guy.
We didn't expect you to be like a give guns to baby guy.
It's kind of like a don't meet your heroes situation.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something that happened with me and my brother and my father when I was a kid?
Yeah.
Tell us.
My brother and I kept getting in fights. Fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And at some point, my father was like, what is going on? Why do you keep getting in these fights? And I said, I just know what he's going to do. I'm going to say this, then he's going to do that thing he always does, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And my father said, Zach, the second you have a story about what someone is going to do, that relationship is effectively over because you will replace the actuality of who they are with your narrative. Whether or not what they're doing even adheres to your narrative, you will be seeing your own confirmation bias instead of seeing the other person. If someone can't surprise you, you no longer have a relationship with that person.
Wow.
So what I'm saying is you had a story for me, about who I was, athletic greens, et cetera, don't like young men, don't like backs, don't like guns.
Okay, I just got to clarify that's not the things we thought, but continue.
And so now here we are,
yeah.
and you're acting disappointed, but I guess what I would encourage you to do is accept the joyful surprise of a disrupted narrative.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if this is a joyful surprise, but it definitely is a surprise.
I thought you were going to say in that story that your dad was like, at the end of the day, use guns.
Oh, he had a gun in my mouth the whole time.
Oh, got it. Well, that makes sense.
That was his way of. They were not strict parents, but they
put the occasional gun in your mouth.
His love language was firearms.
That's what it was, and it was just more to get my attention. It wasn't to do anything else.
Totally.
But he had it, and he said, Zach, when you have a story, and then he'd give it a little. He'd sort of enunciate with the.
Because of course he wants to surprise you.
Yeah. And, he's also from a generation where
that's fine.
A lot of, for them, it was like his dad put a musket in his mouth.
Right.
So it was like a totally,
yeah. It really gives a whole new meaning to pulling trig. Beautiful. Okay,
we do have one sponsor.
We do have one more sponsor. Like, we really, we were able to capitalize off your name and finally get a sponsor. So we're actually really excited for our first real sponsor. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, our podcast, Syd and Olivia Talk Shit, is sponsored by fentanyl. We love it.
Just the chemical?
It's just fentanyl. We think it's good. It's the new Advil. It's really good for you. Use it recreationally. And there's a slogan. You can do that one.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. Fentanyl, do more.
Okay, thank you so much for helping us with those ad reads.
No problem.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have posted some stuff about
what?
The American Girl dolls.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can we get into this a little bit?
Yes.
Explain your thing with American Girl.
When I was a kid, my father, who's coming up a lot,
put a gun in my mouth and said, "You like American Girl dolls?"
He said, "You are my American Girl doll."
Okay, cute.
Your name is Felicity.
My father and my mother would read American Girl doll books to my sister, who had a Samantha doll. Yeah. And I would often eavesdrop on when they would read to her. They read her Little House on the Prairie. I would listen to that.
Yep.
Little Princess. I listened to that. They would also read to me, but I just like being read to, I guess. And they really stuck with me because the range of experiences represented in those books is like, I was canoeing in a storm. Like, it's like there was it was too humid on my canoe trip, but I persevered. And then it's like Addie, the slave who was like sold away from her family. And like, it's just so, you really don't know what level of like traumatizing realism you're going to get.
There's like a girl who's like, I'm Swedish and that's kind of fun. And then there's another girl who's like, I'm the Pearl Harbor doll.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's really awesome. There's the one that roller skates and then there's the one who's an actual slave. Yeah, it's perfect.
It's crazy.
And, but we used to write for American Girl doll.
No fucking way.
Yeah. So when we saw that, we were like, oh boy, we
What
got
do you mean you used to write for
American Girl doll does TikToks where they're all like, this is the I'm going to brush my horse challenge. Yeah. And we were like, I guess I'm going to brush my horse challenge.
Yeah. So sometimes we would just like get paid to be like, I'm going to brush my horse challenge.
Like, you would make up the challenge?
We would make up just scripts.
We would just write the scripts for these American Girl doll TikToks. Yeah. And then they're like, the dolls are stop motion doing things. And we...
they have their own account where the dolls do stuff?
Yes,
I haven't
the dolls
seen that.
do it all.
Oh, yeah. They do it all.
They do it all. The dolls show all.
Easy. You guys are not you're gonna lose your one sponsorship.
You're gonna lose fentanyl.
You're gonna lose fentanyl.
They're gonna be like, we don't want to be associated with those girls.
The specific.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's we do. You guys should keep paying us.
1922. Can I? Is it?
Yeah. We can watch.
We see it?
Yeah, you can click on. So that's the one I wrote. I wrote it just like that. No,
I was like, that's slower than you talk.
I wrote the one that's like. Wait, that was so crazy.
What is this?
This is the one I wrote. God.
All I'm seeing is like women, Harlan, Howard University, earn a pilot's license. What the fuck is this?
And then also, you can tell it's not that because all the comments would be like,
what happened here?
Right.
Sometimes we would write, we would write something we didn't know was a problem into one of the scripts. Like we would be like, then Felicity brushes her horse. And we'd get a note that was like,
no, you cannot
have Felicity brush her horse.
Why?
Because she has slaves.
And then we were like, totally. But
wait, what?
We didn't give her slaves.
It would be the kind of thing where
Felicity has slaves?
They would be like, they would get mad about things they had created in the past, but they would put it on us.
Well,
That's amazing.
Felicity canonically has slaves. Her parents are slave owners.
Wait a second. Which one's Felicity?
Felicity is the one who goes like,
Yeah, that sort of becomes the byline, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sort of eclipses the other stuff.
Yeah, I guess I was going to say she's the one with the horse, but I think yours
There's multiple with
that.
the horse and there's one with slaves.
Wait, what does she look like?
You want to pull
beautiful,
up
stunning,
Felicity?
gorgeous, and young.
Thank you so much, Dad.
She's like gorgeous and young, and she. Do you remember the American Girl doll musical that they would do at the American Girl doll place?
Did you ever go to the cafe? Oh,
no,
my
that
God.
would be a bridge too far. But
We gotta go.
Great, sign me up.
Okay, here's Felicity.
Oh, right. I remember this doll.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she had slaves?
I'm pretty sure
her parents do, but
her parents do, not her.
But let's be honest.
But I mean,
are we really letting her off the hook?
Yeah,
because I'm not.
It's not great.
Okay, because I'm not.
But she does have the best song in the musical.
what is the song?
Fly like the winds on the wind on your feet.
It's a really good song. You're right.
And that's the best song in the musical.
What is
The
it?
lyrics are beautiful.
What is it again?
I don't know, guys. I really liked that song.
I guess the question
She's concussed while she's singing.
guys.
We figured that it would be a really good time for you to pitch, like, we can all talk about what we think the Girl of the Year should be. You know, American Girl Dolls does
they always have a Girl of the Year.
You guys know a lot more. I thought I knew a lot about it, but I don't think I
we
do.
all together have the most knowledge of anyone
We're
in the world.
experts, I think.
All three of us
So what
together.
is it? There's a Girl of the Year?
Every
year.
This is Jazz. She loves tap. And she loves her dog. And then it's like, she's the Girl of the Year.
So it'll be like, oh my God, the 2000.
Yeah, there's Summer. Hi, I'm Summer. She loves her dog and she loves Rainbow or something.
And
she's a great baker.
Like the 2025 doll, because that's so 2025 when you think about it.
Yeah.
But like, for example, if there was like a 2001 Doll of the Year, it would be like she saw
9/11. And she loves her phone.
loves her phone.
Yeah.
Does she have a phone? Probably
the 9/11 doll does have like a little computer.
The 9/11 doll exists?
Yeah, look up.
She's a truther.
Yeah, look up.
Wait, the 9/11 doll exists?
Yeah, look up. What's her name? She looks like me when I was unattractive as a child.
Wait, the 9/11 doll exists?
Yes. Look up. Yeah. There she fucking is. No.
Wait, what?
That fucking the second one right there. That
what?
Fucker. That
I didn't realize there was actually a 9/11 doll.
Scooter.
Whoa, 2001.
Oh, wow. She got a scooter.
She was the first Girl of the Year. It says.
Lindsay.
I thought you were going to say she was the first girl to see 9/11.
She was the first girl to see 9/11 ever.
And she has a scooter.
Yeah.
Again, it is one of those things where the fact that she witnessed 9/11 does kind of outweigh
the scooter.
Yeah. What do you think the Doll of the Year this year would be?
I think the Doll of the Year this year is going to be like a Maha girly, like an RFK Make America Healthy Again girly, who's like, I drink my own urine. I only date guys who do semen retention, and I like love raw milk, and I hate vaccines.
Yeah.
And she has an Instagram account as her prop.
That's great.
She has, what else does she have? Her name's like,
You're
Kraylin.
Yeah. It's like KREIGHLYNN. Yeah. For sure. I kind of think we could also have a Doll of the Year that's like, she's afraid to get on a plane.
Yeah, very valid.
Just like
this
an
is
FAA
Nora.
stall.
She doesn't want to get on a plane.
Newfound flight anxiety. Yeah. She's never had it before, and now
she's literally asking her doctor for all the meds before her Delta flight.
100%.
She doesn't want to go to her friends' bachelorette parties. No.
Oh, because you have to fly to your friend's bachelorette?
A lot of the time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
There's a lot of pressure on the party.
A lot of money. A lot of money for a friend to get married.
Yeah, people get married and you are spending your money out on it.
Oh yeah.
What's another good American
a good American Girl doll for the year?
Mm-hmm.
I was just this is I just had this image of like a young doll with like an old face, like a doll,
like so stressed that they've aged.
Yeah,
like they're
she's
like under her eyes.
She's like
she's like a 12-year-old with
but like is so aged. Yeah,
and just kind of
freaks.
like sallow and just like slightly hunched.
And she keeps saying, "You guys got to do your research."
She's like, you
got to check
she's
your
like
facts,
disassociating core.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do think we need an American Girl doll that's a Duggar.
Yeah, I think that makes
so many Duggars.
Just statistically, it's likely
There's
that
so
one
many
of them
Duggars.
would
There's got to be one American Girl doll that's
maybe
a
like a Georgina with a J.
Yeah.
Or like something like that.
Yes.
My first best friend was a I would say born again Christian, but he was a small child because we were young. But the family.
My first best friend was a small child.
Yeah. I was also
because you were also.
And but it was interesting because like I would go to their house and we were like secular Jews who would swear and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember being at their house and saying, we were playing Atari and I made a mistake and I said, God damn it. And his mom just like blanched, like was just like, could not fathom how like a child could even like know that or say that and seemed really just like totally crestfallen. And over time, the best friend's father basically the families became friends. And then at some point, I think it maybe got awkward because they thought we were going to go to hell. Like,
oh yeah, that is so awkward.
That is awkward when you're hanging out with your family friends and you're like, oh, you're going to go to hell.
Yeah, I will say that is like such an awkward part of like growing up and like, you know, as a sinner,
it's such an awkward
when you're
part
constantly
of growing
sinning.
up as a sinner.
When I grew up, when I was a child, and I still am.
Yeah, Syd didn't just hatch this morning.
She
did not hatch this morning.
Yeah.
I thought you were 3D printed.
I know. I am 3D printed.
She's a real girl, and we have known each other for a very long time.
Yeah. No, so I am real. And when I was a child, I was Jewish. I'm still Jewish.
Yes.
But
you're not still a child.
But I'm not still a child.
Okay, and that's fucking crazy.
That's crazy. I remember like going to church with my friends as like this is like what you do after the sleepover.
Dude. Yes.
I hated that shit.
And
I was raised with no religion. My dad escaped Catholicism. And so when I would sleep over a religious friend's house and we'd have to go to church in the morning, it would be like a nightmare. Like I always felt like I always had this feeling of like, I'm not allowed here and nobody knows it. But anyway,
you're
you
fine.
saying?
No, I just remember like going and there being kind of a thing of like, if you don't do this, you're gonna go to hell.
Yeah.
And me being like, you wanted me to sleep over at your house still?
Yeah.
Right.
You wanted to hang out even though I'm going to hell.
You were asleep in the house I was in.
You
think I'm a haunted child?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't want to have like a sleepover with a haunted child, even as a child,
even as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Even as an adult, I wouldn't want to have a sleepover with a haunted child.
Would
you agree or disagree?
As an adult, would I have a
sleepover with a haunted child?
No, I don't want to have a sleepover with a haunted child, but thank you. Thank you, guys.
I knew he was a feminist. I knew he was an ally.
Big time. Again, if you come, there's just so much Vagisil in my house.
Do you ever like look through people's windows?
This is a weird thing that happened.
Yeah.
I was walking around Greenwich. This is going to sound like such a masturbatory story, but I do think it's interesting, so I'm going to just tell it.
I think you should tell it.
Okay. I was walking around Greenwich Village, and there's all those brownstones that's kind of like what to Carrie Bradshaw kind of style. And you're thinking, like, I was just like, who lives in these beautiful, gigantic, how many people with like $30 million to burn are there, and who are they?
Yeah.
And I was looking through the window of one of them, not like pressed up, but just like
glancing as you walk by.
Exactly.
No binoculars.
No
gloves.
like cat burglar mask.
Yeah.
And
no big sack of money.
No, I did have a big sack.
Were you going like
dollar
this?
I just kept licking my lips and then putting on more chapstick and then licking it off and putting on more chapstick.
Nice.
You seemed really normal.
Yeah, it was jasmine colored. But then I looked in the window and there was the TV on and my face was on the television.
That's so
I was like,
funny.
who lives here? And then I looked and saw my own face looking out from this apartment that I will never be able to afford. And they were looking at me, it was just like, it was like Russian dolls.
Did they see you outside or no?
I don't think so.
I would like to say, right, this wasn't you on TV. This was live footage of you outside of their apartment.
Is there security camera?
Footage, yeah.
And they were watching you watch them.
Footage on their TV every day.
I mean, what else do you do? Like, you know, if
they were masturbating. When I said it was masturbatory,
I meant
they were masturbating
to the ring camera footage.
Ring camera of my face looking into their windows with my binoculars.
And that's my favorite ring camera commercial.
Yeah.
Like that at the Super Bowl. I loved that one.
Isn't it crazy that they did a real commercial at the Super Bowl where someone jacked off to their own ring camera footage of someone spying on them?
Yeah, it was so crazy.
So crazy that they did that in real life.
I hope you got so much money for that commercial.
I mean, for just the IP, they recast it, obviously.
You could maybe afford another back massage.
At least one.
At least one.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, we've taken up so much of your time.
Yeah,
it's nice.
However, we're going to do one more bit with you just because it's like fun. Can you imagine?
Can you imagine it's fun?
I don't have to imagine.
Can you imagine? Okay, this is a game that Olivia and I play a lot in the car on road trips.
Yeah.
But we kind of thought,
how many road trips do you guys go on?
We go on a lot of trips. We've taken very romantic trips together and tried to fall in love, and when it's not working.
Yeah.
I think it's working.
Okay.
I think we're soulmates platonically.
Yeah.
But
we can't cross the sexual barrier.
Oh. Because
we've known each other too long, and it feels like I look at her and I see the person I first met who was 14.
Right. And I look at myself and I see that too.
It's discouraged, yeah. Yep. I think there's something about you guys that makes me think of, like identical twins where they have.
Yeah, and how they are always asked for threesomes, but they should always say no.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
No, I had a therapist told me this thing once where she was like, what most people want from another person is to have their own experience reflected in like a very immediate way and to be able to feel seen and known and everything. And she's like, with identical twins, to look into a face that is essentially your face and have them so attuned to you from like before you even existed in the world as people is like such an intense and rewarding experience that becomes very strange and difficult for some to then like romantic partnerships can feel anticlimactic because you're like, I heard this crazy story about this woman who's older woman, her identical twin died. Someone at the funeral heard her look down at her and go, I always thought we were going out together.
That's heartbreaking. Oh my God.
That's crazy, right? Yeah. And looking at your own face, essentially.
Oh God,
that's wild.
Must be, yeah.
Oh man. I went, in that story that you just told, I went from wanting an identical twin really bad to now not wanting one.
Yeah.
And you took me on the whole arc.
Well, I pitched that as a commercial for the Super Bowl, but they wouldn't.
For what?
For identical twins.
It was for Athletic Greens.
Right. Athletic Greens, watch your twin die and wish it was you.
It's a whole short film about watching your twin die, and then at the end it's just Athletic Greens.
She'd still be alive.
Put the powder in your like water or something.
I don't know.
Not too much.
That's so awesome.
Oh,
I do think that if you wanted to ever change careers, you could be such
an identical twin. You could be such a good identical twin.
Oh, I don't think it's that lucrative anymore.
Really?
Being an identical twin?
Oh my God.
No.
The Andrews sisters or whatever, those days are gone.
Right.
There is something old-timey about you guys too.
We're vaudevillian.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we were frozen in amber hundreds of years ago.
Like it feels like
we were encased.
vaudeville.
Yeah. We were encased in amber in the vaudevillian era.
Yeah. No, I think that makes sense with like the stuff we would like and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of vaudevillian too.
Really?
Yeah, I think
nice.
so.
I like vaudeville.
I know.
I guess.
You do have like an old-timey sensibility in a good way. In like
haunted face.
In a haunted face.
In like a haunted way.
No, it feels like you are like a timeless person. Like you could have been famous years ago.
Like it feels like you could have stepped through the wall just now.
Fame is the one constant though. Definitely famous.
You're like definitely famous in both time periods.
Definitely
I don't know
famous,
talented,
absolutely dead.
But like arbitrarily sort of.
But definitely like people are like, okay.
Like wafted towards the D-list in any era.
Okay, guys, sorry. This is a segment. This is a game that Olivia and I play in the car a lot. It's called Cancel Them Music. Cut the music. Okay, this is a game where we try to... I'm so sorry.
It's so loud.
I know. This is a game where we try to cancel characters' things that are like beloved.
That are pretty hard to cancel.
And we try to find ways that you can cancel them.
Yeah.
It's very fun. And it's like a fun game to play at home, like with your friends. So
100%.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready to cancel some things, people, and stuff?
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's time to cancel Baby Yoda.
Shoplifter?
Mm-hmm.
He's culturally appropriating Franciscan attire.
Oh my God.
Yes.
That's a
such
monk's
good point.
That's a monk's outfit. And God help him. If he's not a Jesuit, he should be fucking canceled off the face of planet.
If he's not a Jesuit, he should not be wearing that.
Or whatever it is.
And that's a great question for him. Is he a Jesuit?
Yeah, I guess the biggest question of the day is Baby Yoda a Jesuit?
I mean, he's into education, so maybe, but it's hard to know.
We should give him a call.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And next is Elmo. You know this guy.
Oh,
he's
Elmo.
red.
Wait, Elmo was literally canceled.
Was he?
The voice of Elmo was canceled.
Why? Why was he canceled?
He had some sort of untoward sexual history.
Can we look that up?
That's real.
Elmo sexual history.
I didn't know that.
You knew that, right?
I know Barney got canceled.
Barney got canceled?
Oh,
yeah, Barney got canceled.
Well, the voice of Elmo was canceled, but Elmo wasn't canceled.
Well, here's what I'll say. If the voice of Elmo is canceled, then now Elmo is silent, and silence is violence.
Silence is violence, and
so
Elmo should have spoken up.
There you go.
Wow.
Elmo, the puppet, should have spoken up about this guy.
Voice.
Yes.
About this guy.
Elmo should have snitched on his own voice.
This is Elmo?
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, he's cleared.
Oh.
It says, well, the headline is Elmo puppeteer Kevin Clash cleared of sexism.
Dismissing the case because of the statute of limitations.
Oh, sorry.
Elmo,
I take back my clapping.
Elmo, silence is violence.
Silence is violence, Elmo. Speak up, honey.
Speak up, honey.
Yeah,
Speak up, honey. Okay, Curious George. You know him.
Oh,
Yeah.
Too curious.
He's a monkey.
Too curious.
Invasive, George, really.
He's really invasive,
He's
George.
really just like, the thing.
It's like, tell me about when you were molested. It's
Yeah.
like, buddy.
He's asking
Stop.
people on the what it is he has so much contact with people on the internet without checking for a fact that they are over 18. He's just like one of those guys who talks to every fan.
Yes.
He talks to every Instagram account that DMs him. He's always DMing on his phone, whether
And like
he's drunk, whether
he's also
not.
always bringing binoculars with him places, and it's like, what
And
do you
he's
need
always
those for?
painting with his red hand.
Also, the man in the yellow hat. Can we go to the man in the
let's
yellow
talk
hat?
about him.
That guy's in the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, he just washed his
100%.
thing with like
With a yellow
runny
sock.
color. Yeah, a yellow sock.
He washed his-
and he's not wearing his face mask.
Yeah.
But look at that outfit.
No,
Oh
that's
yeah,
bad.
no, that's the
You're
right silhouette.
100%.
That's and he's hiling.
Oh,
he is
shit.
hiling.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that is not good. Wow, he put the red suspenders on because he wanted to distract us from the Heil, but like, honey, we know
But
what
also,
you're doing.
in skinhead culture in England, suspenders delineate like which
skinhead you are.
which
like
kind
if
of
you're a
skinhead.
racist
Yeah, it's-
skinhead or a punk skinhead.
Exactly. So
Wow.
Which one's which? Do you know?
I assume based on this that the reds are
the red is
bad.
racist.
It's a bad-
The red
it's
is probably
racist.
bad.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
isn't it
good.
weird that there are racist skinheads and punk skinheads, and it's like that's
and that they like use the same. They're like, okay, how do we keep each other
we're
apart?
all
Right.
called- Yeah, it's like what do you?
They must have had like a meeting to be like, guys, how are we
Yeah,
going to
like
do
we're
this?
the non-racist ones who like punk music.
They had like a town hall meeting.
Yeah, and it's really weird.
You're like, how are we going to do this, guys?
Yeah, we just want to go to punk shows and like mosh.
And
Mosh.
they're like, cool, no, we just want to be
slam
really bad.
ourselves into people, and they're like, "Oh, we're
You
bad.
guys want to mosh? We want to be really bad. How are we going to do this?
How do we delineate suspenders?
Okay, Punxsutawney Phil. This is the groundhog who predicts the weather, as you know.
Oh,
He literally is a government weather control machine.
yeah, that's such a good.
That's
point.
such a
He
good
does
point when you
control
think
the
about it.
weather. Okay, so cancel him for controlling the weather.
Look
though.
at that guy. I will have to say, like, that guy looks really unhappy to be there, too. He looks really upset.
Well, he is in a beautiful plexiglass cylinder.
If you
That's
put
dirty.
me in a beautiful, dirty plexiglass cylinder
Which
like that,
I do.
I would be so stoked.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, look at the
Sure.
scream.
Oh, I like his scream.
His scream is good.
That's
Yeah, I
cool.
guess it's just that he's
Yeah,
just like a government.
Yeah, he's just like,
He's just a shill.
yeah, he's
Honestly,
just a
what it
shill.
is he's a shill. And
He's
he
a
controls the
shill.
weather.
He controls the weather. He's
What's
a
it say?
shill.
Cobbler's Knob?
Yeah, just classic cobbler's
That's porn. He was
Right.
in Cobbler's Knob, which is
Knob.
about
In cobbler's
Right.
knob.
a shoemaker's
Knob.
tallywhacker,
Right.
weenus,
Right.
And all the groundhogs and woodland creatures
Come
come
and
in and
suck
suck and
his
fuck,
knob.
and
Oh,
they
shit.
cobble it to
They
it's like
cobble
elves.
it
And he
up.
wakes up and he's like, it's like the shoemaker's elves. It's like, how did I come so hard? And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
he doesn't know that there are all
He
these
doesn't know.
Right.
He
Gobbler's
got cobbled.
Knob. It's called
Gobbler's Knob. Oh, it's even more porny.
Okay,
Welcome to
Gobbler's Knob?
Punxsutawney Gobbler's Knob?
Come on. Gobbler's Knob is an insane. These people
Wait,
are
what is
canceling
that?
themselves.
Cobbler's knob is nothing, but it sounds like, okay, maybe you're talking about shoes.
Gobbler's Knob.
is just porn.
Yeah, that's just gobble my knob. Cancel the concept of grandma.
Ugh.
Nepotism.
Wow.
That's true.
That's
Wow,
nepotism.
that's nepotism.
Yeah.
Wow, you're going to give all of your vulnerable information to this person just because they're your parents' mom?
Oh, wow, you're going to get to exist genetically because someone gave birth and then someone else gave birth? Nepotism.
That's
Nepotism.
insane. It's not
Nepotism.
merit based even a little bit.
Not even
No,
a
it's
little.
not merit-based. You're alive, not even based on your own
no.
merit.
No.
Nope.
There's
Just
no
because
application
some
process.
woman who happens to be your grandmother gave
Birth to someone
who gave birth
to you.
And it's anti-diversity if you think
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
that's
Oh, it
so
so
true.
is. It
Oh
so
my God,
is.
That's so
Because whatever your grandma was,
You're at least some part of
at
that.
least some of
Yeah.
it. And that's just like, okay, can't we get new?
Yeah, can't we get new
100%.
here?
Yeah, can't we get new?
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to cancel oxygen?
Oh, yeah.
How come it's in a polygamous relationship with hydrogen?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like it needs two hydrogens for each of itself to make water?
You know what that is called? You know what that's called?
What?
Monopoly.
Monopolyamory. And I know this because it was one time recommended to me and I said, I hate that idea personally. That sounds awful to me.
Now, here's what I want to say about Monopoly. Now, if you're doing Monopoly and you love it, I love that for you.
Like it, I don't care. Have so much fun.
Whatever, I don't care.
We're not doing it together, okay? Don't be mad at me.
The idea of Monopoly where one person's like, I get to be poly and you don't get to be.
You are monogamous.
It's actually just pronounced monopoly. And the problem with that is one person wins in Monopoly. So you can't do...
Can I just ask?
Yes.
What if the one person is like, doesn't want it? Like, do you believe there's a scenario in which, you know...
I do believe that there's a scenario where Monopoly can work for people.
Yes.
I am not a person that it could work for.
Yes.
But I also
this is the thing I pitched to Olivia knowing she shouldn't be doing it because it's not something she will want.
But I will say, I think if someone is more on the ace spectrum... Like if
ace is asexual?
Yeah, I think if one person is like, I'm a little more ace and it doesn't bother me that you aren't, and the other person's like, I'm a sex fiend, I think it could work with that. I think it's like
really anything can work if two people are consenting, but my friend Olivia doesn't want that.
That's 100% a good sentence. But yeah, no, Monopoly, it's just pronounced monopoly if you look at the word. They say monopoly, but it's monopoly. It is monopoly. It's just monopoly.
It is the word monopoly.
That's very funny.
Yeah, the day that Olivia told me about that, I was like, that's the word monopoly.
It took me till this moment to realize what you were saying.
Yes, okay, are we ready to cancel rice?
No, so homogenized.
Lots of groupthink.
White rice.
Lots of you're just agreeing with that because that person is, because no one reads so many of you and you're all the same.
Yeah, they all have the same
thoughts, no thinking into things.
Yeah, the consensus of rice.
Cringily white. So
cringily white, yeah.
They say white on rice.
Hashtag rice so white.
Rice so white.
Rice so white.
Yeah.
Oh, hashtag rice so white.
And I mean, listen, there's brown rice and there's fried rice.
It also takes so much water. Rice. It uses so much water, much like AI. Now
is a segment called We're going to use a lot of water with AI.
Rice takes up a lot of water, just like AI. Takes up 50 milliliters of water to answer one question or prompt.
Wow. And rice doesn't even answer your prompt.
No, it just sits there like a fucking loser. Okay. Cancel Malala.
Oh, no.
Malala? I mean,
the most uncancelable person.
Now this person is a hero.
Now this person is an absolute hero.
This person is beloved and he's a hero.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. This will work. I'm going to make up a rumor.
Oh, that's good.
Because that can cancel someone. That Malala shops at Shein.
I mean,
because that's not that bad. In this case, but it's also something people could totally get canceled
for. And it's also like, Malala, you do have your book deal money. Like, we can shop sustainably.
And it's also very appropriate to assume someone's financial situation when you don't know them, when we're like canceling someone for shopping at Shein.
Yeah, it's my favorite thing to do.
A lot of people don't know that her name's an acronym for Make America Lame Again. Ladies, am I right?
Wow.
And
that's so true.
And like a lot of people don't know that. And it's just like a kind of terrorism if you think about it.
Yeah, you did your own
think
research.
About it.
Wow.
Ladies, am I right? Am I right being one word?
Yeah.
Also the idea of being like, ladies, let's make it lame. Am I right?
Am I right, ladies? It's time to get all lame up in here.
That was hard. It's hard to cancel Malala.
So hard to cancel her.
Pretty much undisputed hero.
I know, right?
Anyway, Malala, if you're watching this,
come on the podcast,
great.
Girl. You should come clear up these rumors I heard.
Jesus Christ.
We make up rumors and then go, you should really clear these up on our podcast.
That's how we get people on the podcast. We make up awful rumors about like good people and then like, do you want to come on the podcast?
Really, you should talk about it. You can find Zach Woods all over the place on the internet.
If you look up Zach Woods, that's his name. You can find him under his name on the internet.
Imagine
and the
that.
Internet, let me tell you right now, you're using it to watch this podcast. So just open another tab and Google that.
And Google it. And until next time,
find out whatever you can.
Hey. Oh, thank you for watching. Wow. Thank you for listening. You can always do that more. We come out with a new episode every Tuesday. We have a Patreon if you want to support us just for fun because you like to see other things like us doing Q&As and drag. Why don't you go there? Haha.
We have a Patreon. We have cameos. We have all kinds of shit.
And until next time, we'll see you next Tuesday. Freeze frame.